All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 20 of. Oh, I made a mistake with this. This shouldn't be set up Instagram, should be set up email marketing. Make sure I title. So this is day 20, set up email marketing. Welcome again to Build a Store in 21 Days. My name is Alaa Hassan. Good to see you guys. Once again, 2 more days, and we are done with the challenge. For those who are joining us right now, let me know in the comments if everything is clear on your side. You hear me well. You see me. All that good stuff, as always. I think by now you guys got used to it. All right, so let me set things up here so that I wait for everyone to join in, get notified on Facebook that I am live. Good evening, Felicitas. Nice to see you again. Sunny, what's happening? Good to see familiar faces throughout the challenge. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Ali, Katrina, once again, beautiful. People are joining in. How's everybody doing? Hope you got a great Wednesday so far. It was a beautiful day here. Hello, hello. Excellent. So, Simo, excellent. Let me just set things up, start sharing my screen. Don't forget, like the video, love the video. I don't know, just whatever it is that you see there, just click on it so at least people start seeing this and they join in. Perfect. Good morning, Masapan. It's true. It's a lot of different time zones here. It's all over the world right now. So that's what I love about doing these live things. Felicitas, nice to see you again. Good evening. Perfect. Well, let's get started. Let me just share my screen. And again, we'll discuss a very important topic today. All right, so day 20. Today is, I think today what's important about it is the fact that, look, email marketing is a big subject. I was planning on creating a course just dedicated to this topic because there's so much to be done in email marketing. And unfortunately, I cannot cover all of it today. The goal of today's session is to help you set it up. At least from day one, you know what is expected of you when it comes to building your online store with email marketing. I'll highlight some tips, again, similar to what I did with Instagram and Facebook, very, very high level. I'll recommend a tool, and also I'll explain how you should go about it when you launch your online store. And in the future, we'll see how things will progress in this group and in the academy, and how I could go about teaching everybody about email marketing. That's something that we can discuss in the future. But for today, I really want to talk about the importance of email marketing. And the first thing I want to cover is the fact that email is not dead. Unlike a lot of blogs that you hear, that you read, or a lot of people that do some sort of digital marketing, they teach it or do it. They always talk about Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff, but unfortunately, not enough emphasis being put on email marketing. I've been in the industry for over 18 years now, and I could tell you for a fact that email marketing is always among the top 3 channels that drive most of my revenue for any company I've worked with, including the companies that I've helped in terms of advising them about e-commerce, and all over every single company I've spoken to, any company in e-commerce, rarely do I see that email is not among the top channels for them in terms of traffic, in terms of sales, in terms of even getting people back to the website for lifetime value. You want to make them purchase from you over and over again. Email is a big driver to this. So that's why email is not dead. What happens currently, what's happening right now and over the last couple of years is it changed. It has evolved. We no longer use email the same way we used to use it back in the day. We're using it differently. But when we conduct any type of online shopping, we expect to be communicated via email in terms of getting our invoice confirmation, order confirmations, shipping confirmations. Yes, they could send it to you via SMS. They could send it to you through Facebook Messenger. But email still remains as the main tool that people use to communicate. And think about it. When was the last time that you bought something online other than Amazon? And even Amazon does it, but every other retailer out there, have you ever bought something from any of the websites out there without receiving an email confirmation? I doubt it. So again, that's why email is critical. It's still playing a big role right now, and I believe it's going to do so for many, many years to come. So you as a store owner, you have a couple of ways of building assets. You have your store, you have your brand equity in terms of how much your audience, how many people know about you, how many years you've been in business, and so on. And the other asset, obviously, is other than operations. Let's say you have inventory, you have a store location, whatever it might be. But digital asset that is very important is an email list. So when let's say you want to sell the business, if that's what you want, or you really want to see the value of your business, a lot of times people ask, well, how big is your email list? It's not just about the email address, it's about all of the customer information that you have in your database. And email is usually the main identifier of a customer in your database. You differentiate customer accounts based on emails. When you log in, they ask you, what's your email address? If you forgot it, they'll send you a password. But your email address is your ID, technically, when you're purchasing from a retailer. So again, it is a valuable asset to have, and you need to start building it from day one, meaning you try to acquire people, have them sign up as a subscriber to your email list from day one, so that over time you start leveraging the email marketing initiatives of sending them emails to communicate with them about promotions, new arrivals, new products, whatever it might be, and then bring them back to the website. And with over time, you start noticing that some of your best customers are biggest engaged users in your email list. So again, email is a massive channel that should not be ignored. Third thing, a great way to get started in terms of building your list is launching a giveaway. So if I was in your position right now, and it does not require any dollars on advertising for now. So you can come up with a giveaway where you say, win one of 3 prizes. The prizes are maybe some of your products. You give away as a gift. So prize number 1 is this, prize 2, and prize 3. And you ask people to simply sign up to your website, to your contest, to your giveaway, for a chance to win one of 3 items, but you're celebrating the whole launch of your online store. And the nice thing about this is if anybody signs up, and let's say they get a confirmation email, great, thanks for signing up to the contest. By the way, here's a coupon for free shipping on your first order. You can actually incentivize them to purchase something in the meantime by giving them a unique exclusive offer that's like a one-time use. So there's ways of leveraging that to help you not only build your email list, but at the same time, give them an incentive to make their first purchase. So again, that's just a tactic that I would recommend to start with. Now, when it comes to building out your email marketing, don't overwhelm yourself right now with all the campaigns that are out there. Make it a habit of sending out at least one campaign every 2 weeks, notifying your customers about a promotion. It could be about new products, a new collection, a price drop, whatever it might be. Just make it a habit. It could be just even emailing them about a new blog post that you wrote recently in your online store. Whatever it is, just make it a habit of scheduling it in the calendar and telling yourself every 2 weeks, I'm going to send out a newsletter to my subscribers. And that's where I would start. 1 month is a little bit too long. Once a month, a newsletter that you send out once a month is a little bit too long. I would recommend at least bi-weekly to get started. The last thing I want to mention is do not forget about automated campaigns, meaning notice how when sometimes you buy from a retailer and let's say you add a couple of items in your cart and then you leave the website, within about a couple of hours, you get an email notification saying that, by the way, you forgot your cart. There are items in there and you never completed your checkout. They call this shopping cart abandonment emails. So that is automated. It's not like there's somebody sitting there and sending out those emails. A lot of email marketing tools, and the one I'm about to recommend today, do have these functionalities of automating things. Now, what's great about Shopify, it already has a shopping cart abandonment tool that can send out an email on your behalf by default without requiring an email software. So you don't need an email software, but by doing it through an email software, you're centralizing everything. My point here is you could actually generate between 15 to 25, if not sometimes 30% of your online revenue from emails coming in from automated campaigns without you lifting a hand. So shopping cart abandonment emails is one thing. You can send out a thank you email, let's say 30 days after There's so many. Let's say if somebody hasn't bought from you for over 6 months, you can send them something called a win back email, and the list goes on and on and on with how many things you can launch. So automated campaigns, do not forget them. Again, I'm not here to tell you start building all these things out. I'm just trying to give you enough information, arm you with the right knowledge so that when the time comes, you remember, oh, we covered this in the challenge. These are the things I need to consider if I plan on taking my email marketing to the next level. I hope that makes sense. Are there any questions about this before we get started? So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to highlight some specific tools that I would recommend for you to get started with. Some things you have to consider with regards to pricing as well, because email marketing is not free. At a certain point, you're going to start paying. So I want you to consider these things. And the last thing really is we're going to install one of the apps, and I'll show you how simple the whole process is for you so that you don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed with everything else. So if you go inside the units, inside the Facebook group, all the way down to set up email marketing right here, you'll notice a new crazy cat right here, and we're going to the toolbox. Inside the toolbox, I've included one tool for email marketing, and there's a reason why I've included this tool. It's called Clayvo. So let me go in, I think, forms, social media, email marketing, right here. So Clayvo is my recommended choice right now. A couple of months ago, I would have told you, just over, I think, 4 months, 5 months, I would have told you that I would recommend that you go with MailChimp. MailChimp is one of the old school, very popular, they've really revamped their whole software. It does wonders right now. Unfortunately, the connection between Shopify and MailChimp, there used to be an app that you install, and that has been removed and it's no longer supported. There's a reason why. Back in the day, we weren't sure exactly. Right now, what's happening is Shopify is planning the launch of, and I believe they started launching it a couple of places. They started implementing their own email marketing software inside Shopify. So not everyone has access yet. It's being rolled out. But expect to see that Shopify is going to roll this out to everyone else. So they're now not only a shopping cart software tool, but also an email marketing software. It's great for anyone like you who's just getting started. You don't have to get another software to get started with email marketing. And obviously, at this point, that's why MailChimp no longer has an app. And I believe maybe for sure, MailChimp is going to launch its own shopping cart in the future. I mean, it makes sense at this point. So again, this is the reason why I'm not recommending MailChimp. Because you, as a business owner, you need to make sure that your email software and your shopping cart software communicate really well, because you need to make sure that all of the order information, all the behaviors, all the shopping behaviors that your customers are having in your store are being communicated back to your email software. For example, we're going to run campaigns based on when they made the last purchase, or we might send them shopping cart abandonment emails based on what they left in their cart. All of this information has to be communicated back and forth. If you don't have an app, then you will need you might need a programmer to come in and connect things for you. And that's something I don't want to recommend at this point. So that's the reason why I'm not recommending MailChimp at this point. But be on the lookout about Shopify email marketing that's going to be launched in the future. Now, it does not mean that you should just wait or not even test out email marketing. My experience over the years, I've always upgraded the software. I never stay with the same company. Even personally for my academy, I used to use a tool called Convertitcom. And only about a month and a half ago, after years and years of, this is good for like bloggers and not for e-commerce at this point, and only recently I shifted to ActiveCampaign for my own personal academy and my e-commerce teachings and courses. So every couple of years, I always recommend to reevaluate all the tools you have or you've been using for a couple of years, because there are many new features coming out. There are new players that are coming into the space. So it's always good to reevaluate your tools to see what's out there. Is there something better? Is there something even less costly than yours? Because over time, you'll notice that a lot of these tools, the cost goes up. That's the only way for them to grow and generate more income. So something to consider. So don't worry about changing your tool in 6 months from now. It happens. So whatever tool I'm going to recommend today, consider that it could change. So my preference in terms of e-commerce, specifically e-commerce, I like Clayvo, whatever the pronunciation, doesn't matter. But at this point, this tool, what I like about it is, first of all, it was built on e-commerce. So a lot of the features, a lot of the campaigns, a lot of the interface itself is really geared towards online stores like yourself that you're about to launch. So that's what I like. So it's more of a specialty and expertise more than anything. Unfortunately, the biggest concern that people have about it is the cost. It's free to use if you have an email list under 250 emails. So it's free. MailChimp, I believe, from the last time I remember using it, was like 2,000 emails. This one is 250 emails. And as you start growing the email list, and that's the case with a lot of the tools out there, you start paying more based on how big your list is. Now, keep this in mind. If you use Clayvo the right way, you're sending out bi-weekly, if not weekly emails. You're sending out automated campaigns. You leverage the tool and you actually invest in making sure that everything is properly integrated. You launch some automated campaigns and you're actively creating campaigns in the future to send out to your customers. It pays for itself. Any email software will pay for itself. Unfortunately, if you're just focused on building an email list, like I want more followers, I want more likes, I'm always thinking about building a quantity versus quality. And then eventually, obviously, when you start having a big list, you start paying for this list. If you're not actively sending emails to customers, you're going to notice that it is a very costly thing to have lying around, and that if you're not leveraging it to its full potential. So keep that in mind. Yes, you're not buying. Clayvo is not a small little software, but it is one of the best ones to get started in e-commerce. There are many out there, but this is my recommendation. Start with something that is made for e-commerce. It makes your job easier until, let's say, Shopify launches their email marketing. So the way I usually go about it is I want to, let's say, install it. You would go inside your store, and then I will go under apps right here. And then I'll visit the Shopify store. I haven't installed it for a while, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Where did it go? Here we go. So I'm going to look for Clayvo right here in the App Store. I'm going to click on Clayvo Marketing Automation right here. It has over 800 reviews. And I'm going to add the app right here. And what's going to happen is it's going to take me back to the store. It's going to ask me, this is what we need to do. And I'll say, yes, install the app. Oh, wow. Okay. So let's do this. Let me just fill up all this information. How many, let's say I'm going to say this. I'm interested in email. They have now SMS as well. So SMS obviously will become something that is part of a communication strategy. It's not about promoting, let's say, what you have things on sale. Maybe just send them an order confirmation through SMS, or your order has been shipped. That's a good thing to send by SMS if the customer wants. So I just fill this out. Oh, I didn't put right password. Let me see. Interested in email and this. And also, by the time this thing sets up, when you're building out your email list, if people are not engaging with you in the emails, don't keep them on the list. If they're not opening emails, they're not opening, they're not clicking, they're not even purchasing from you, then over time, start removing these people. You don't want to start paying for people to stay on your list and you're not benefiting from it. So if your budget is limited. So everything is done. I'm going to log in now. What did I do? Give me a second. I have a lot of them. Here we go. Wow. So let me open up my inbox to get, oh, I just got it now. Let me just put in the code. This again. Perfect. And what's going to happen right now is perfect. All is done. So continue. Oh, let's just skip this stuff. Fill it out if you want. I'm just going to skip it. I have my warehouse right here. I have all this information. I'm just going to put in my... Oh, you're going to add your email details. Obviously, your company name. So let's say Yoga Shop. I'm going to put in my email based on how I want. It's the email address I remember. You remember if, earlier on in the course, in this challenge, I spoke about if you want to come up with your own help email, your support customer service email, so help@yourstore.com or your own Gmail account, whatever it might be, use that email address as the from address for your email marketing campaign. So here I would put in, I'm just going to use the same one I have right now because I don't have one for this demo store. Gmail address will affect deliverability. Again, that's why I always recommend to use a specific domain name email address. So help at or hello at your website.com. That's a lot better than just using Gmail or just like a regular free email service. I'm going to continue here. You put in your logo. So very simple. So every time I send out an email, it shows up. Continue. You can use also the colors. So again, remember when you built out and you designed your logo, you had your set of colors, fonts, and all that stuff. This is where it starts asking you for this information, and you can change it. So let's say you want to change the text, the links, the button colors, whatever it might be, and even some of the fonts. They have a bunch of them for you to choose. So I'm just going to keep everything as it is. I'm just going to use Arial. Next. Inside your menu right here, you can put, let's say, shop, new arrivals. I'm going to put a link to it. And let's say I'm going to put one called help. I'm going to send it to the help page. So you have a small menu right on top. Again, when you're designing anything for email, make sure that you verify how it looks like on mobile devices. I can also link to the accounts that we also created. So Instagram and Facebook, these are the ones we covered in the course. Just put in the link to those accounts right here. You can add a new one if you want. Click continue. And they sent me an email. So let me just confirm this email, 2 seconds, so that I can get started, because unfortunately I can't start using it unless I confirm my email subscription. Perfect. So I'm going to put this right here. So it did confirm. It says, let's go. And I'm in. So what's nice about this is as soon as you log in into the software, again, don't get overwhelmed. I actually was hesitant about covering email marketing, but I believe it's very important. I can't just leave you at it and just not cover anything at all. So I figured, let me at least cover the important things about it. But understand, as soon as you log into your account on Clayvo, there are a bunch of videos for you to watch and also to help you connect, if anything, your Shopify settings or whatever it might be. These guys are really good about providing you help. They also have great support. So if there is any issue that you're dealing with, challenge, just reach out to them and they'll help you. Now, there are 3 things you need to set up immediately. Turn on abandonment cart. So learn how to do this. So meaning every time somebody comes to your website and they forget something in the cart, you want to make sure this campaign is automated. So you'll set that up. You want to also create a sign-up form. When people come to your website the first time, you may want to give them a pop-up saying, oh, give us your email and we'll give you a coupon on your first order and you'll get, let's say, free shipping or 10, 15% off on your first order in exchange for your email address. So sometimes you're sending an incentive. That could be something, but an offer that you can launch. So creating a sign-up form is important because you have to start acquiring email addresses in addition to your giveaway. And the last thing is you want to start welcoming users into your email list. So every time somebody signs up to your email, here's a great opportunity for you to tell them more about the business, who's behind it, your products, your process, the different categories that you sell, the different products, what are you guys known for, so on and so forth, and even share reviews of customers that have recently purchased from you. So that's what's like a welcome series that you may launch. These are the 3 things I would highly recommend you go through as soon as you install the tool. Just follow it step by step. Don't break your head. It's the last thing you launch. And then from there, you should be set up to launch your email marketing initiatives. And if you just cover these 3 things, you've done already a lot more than many Shopify store owners have done previously. Hence the reason why Shopify, I believe that having the tool, their email marketing integrated inside the cart, is going to increase the probability of people feeling more comfortable about using email marketing, because they don't have to learn another tool. They can do it all inside Shopify. So I'm going to show you inside Shopify the day when it is available. You click on marketing right here, and you'll notice that you can create marketing activity. You can launch ads from here on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Google. You can create some campaigns as well across all of these channels, and you will start seeing in the future email marketing in there. Automation. So this is where it happens. I tried to create an email, but nothing yet. I don't have it in my account, maybe because it's a new store. It's not established yet. Some of you who already have a Shopify store may see it. So again, reach out to Shopify if you want to see if you qualify, and maybe to find out what are the rules in terms of who gets access to this new feature. And that is it for today with regards to email marketing. I want to see if there are any questions about this. Your task today will be to simply go inside your Shopify store. Again, it's free to use Clayvo, up to 250 emails. So personally, I highly recommend it. This is the same tool that I teach inside my 8-figure e-commerce program. And we're talking about this program is made for companies that have 5, 6, 7-figure revenue. So meaning more than 100,000 a month or a year in sales, and these people could use this. So again, you have at your disposal a really powerful email software, and it's free up to 250. There are some limited things, obviously, up to 250 subscribers, and you can only send 500 emails a month. So for me, I think that twice a month, my recommendation would work for this. So again, something for you to consider. Any questions? Quiet. No, I'm not seeing anything. I hope you guys are not feeling overwhelmed so far with the challenge. Very curious to hear from you guys. Is it too much, or should I remove certain things? I'm curious about that for those who are still on the video. Simo is asking after how much? Well, let's say you have a list of 1,000 people, $30. Let's say you have a list of 2,000, 60. It's pretty decent. I mean, look, you're in this business to make money. And if you're not going to pay for a software, if you're not going to use it, 2,000 people, engaged people, is a lot of people. And usually, if you're sending out emails, you're going to get a good conversion rate if you're doing it right. And you could use Canva to design things. So again, it's affordable. It's not the end of the world. Now, obviously, when you have 100,000 emails, it's 1,200. But if you have 100,000 emails, you can afford 1,200. I used to pay over $10,000, and that's like the minimal a month for the companies I used to work for. So you were talking $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month for a big business. If the email marketing, if email is driving a lot of sales and traffic, it makes sense to buy a tool like this. Remember, again, you're not just paying for the software, you're paying for the fact that you're sending out emails. It's like you're using bandwidth and so on, and to manage emails, there's a lot of technicalities as well. So that's why it costs money. Perfect. Any additional questions that you guys may have about email marketing? We're almost done. So tomorrow, we're going to cover Google Analytics. It's going to be a very, very simple session as well. I'm going to show you how to set it up, what to do, how to connect it to your Shopify store. and we are done. And that's it. After tomorrow, you guys should be ready to start implementing everything you learned about in this challenge, so that, again, don't forget that we have the giveaway that I've launched. Again, don't stress yourself. The whole point of the giveaway, where did it go? Right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as an announcement so it stays right on top. And I'm going to see, there we go. So the announcement is right here. Again, try your best to finish the tasks. We're not doing it's not a competition for who has the nicest looking store. It's more of you making sure. I want to make sure that you've taken action. That's all it is. I'm not gonna start criticizing the look and feel. Just follow the steps so that I can actually go in and add something to the cart and be able to check out. You don't even need to set up your payment method if you haven't done so, because again, we're not launching the store. I just want to make sure that you've covered the basics inside this challenge for your chance to win one of 3 prizes. Again, it's something of value, and I hope that you guys will benefit from it. So Masayapane, I hope again I'm pronouncing it right. Not too much at all. It's good to have wide information. Exactly. I really hope so, that I'm not overwhelming you. And honestly, I'm not even talking about strategies. I'm not talking about conversion optimization. I mean, e-commerce is a vast pool of knowledge. And to make sure that you succeed in it, it requires all sorts of skills. I haven't covered any of them. All I'm covering right now is just building your store, giving you a good foundation to get started on the right track. And from there, when you see that this is for you, then it makes sense to invest in more training, more courses, or learning from someone, or hiring someone to come into your business to help you out, or hiring a company to do it for you. You have all these options available to you. All right. I don't see any more questions. I'm going to leave it at that. Again, thank you once again for attending today's session. Tomorrow will be the last day, day 21, and we're going to cover Google Analytics at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks again, and have a nice rest of the evening. Take care. Bye-bye.